With all the hype around the upcoming 2023 NHL Entry Draft, with potential generational talents including Connor Bedard and Matvei Michkov expected to go at the top, we can't forget about the 2022 draft this summer, which should see Shane Wright go number 1. There are also quite a few very solid names that will go later on in the top 10, including one player who has had a fantastic draft year so far, currently playing in the WHL with the Winnipeg Ice, forward Matthew Savoie. Savoie has proven to be an offensive machine in his early career so far, and the 18-year-old from St. Albert, Alberta could go as high as number 2 in this year's draft. While Matthew's older brother Carter, 4th-round pick of the Edmonton Oilers in 2020, is taking the NCAA route, currently playing with the University of Denver and having a fantastic second year with the Pioneers, Matthew chose to play in the CHL, and specifically the Western Hockey League. Savoie got a taste of WHL hockey during the 2019-20 season, playing in 22 games and tallying 7 assists. Then, in the 2020-21 season, when the Canadian Hockey League was up in the air, he played a few games in the AJHL for Sherwood Park, and then the majority of the season in the USHL for the Dubuque Fighting Saints. Savoie had a stellar season with the Saints, scoring 21 goals and 17 assists for 38 points in his 34 games played. He would end up second on his team in goals and 4th in points despite playing 14 less games than the top 3. And to further show just how impressive his season was, he was also first in USHL scoring among all U17 players. And when you're ahead of names like Frank Nazar and Adam Fantilli, you're definitely doing something right. This year, Savoie has returned to the Winnipeg Ice and is tearing the Western League apart. He currently has 19 goals and 53 points in 35 games and is leading the league in scoring. And his 1.51 point per game average is also the highest among all players who've played at least 30 games. It's no secret either that this Winnipeg Ice team is absolutely stacked. Not only do they have a 28-5-2 record so far in the year, they also have 7 other guys on the team who are at a point per game so far this season, including Connor McLennan, their second leading scorer and a 6th-round pick by Philadelphia in 2020, defenseman Carson Lambos, who was a 1st-round pick of the Minnesota Wild in 2021, Connor Geekie, yet another player expected to go top 10 in this 2022 draft, and even 16-year-old Zach Benson, who is a top prospect eligible for the 2023 NHL Entry Draft. Despite all these amazing pieces, I would say that Matt Savoie is still the best player on his team and one of the best in the Western Hockey League. Standing in at just 5'9", 179 pounds, that is one of the few causes for concern about this kid. But with the way the NHL has been trending lately and with smaller players showing that it doesn't matter how big or tall you are as long as you can produce, this certainly should not hold Savoie back in any way. And at this point, it looks like he is the frontrunner to go 2nd overall this year. Of course, there are other talents that could go at the 2 spot, like Finnish forward Brad Lambert, Finnish forward Joakim Kemmel, Russian Danila Yurov, American center Logan Cooley, and a few others. But if you're a team looking for a player that will put up points and could very well be a point per game player someday in the NHL, I think Savoie should be the guy. Savoie is one of those guys that can simply do it all offensively. He's got game-breaking speed, excellent vision and passing ability, as well as phenomenal hands and shooting ability. He's a player that makes those around him better, can draw in defenders and open up other opportunities for his teammates, but can also make a play by himself and score a goal for his team in the blink of an eye. Savoie is also excellent at finding these soft areas where defenders are vulnerable, which is what makes him such an elite scoring threat. And his finishing ability is what sets him apart from many of the other players in the WHL and other prospects for this upcoming draft. The NHL comparison I would give for Savoie currently would be a cross between a Cole Caulfield and a Johnny Gaudreau, with the shooting ability of Caulfield and the vision, hands, and point production of Gaudreau. And of course, both players are relatively similar in size to Savoie. If this kid can continue to improve and keep the pace that he's going at so far in this 2021-22 season, he could end up being the WHL Player of the Year and could help lead his team very far in the playoffs and potentially all the way to a Memorial Cup. Without a doubt, Savoie looks like he can be a top-notch player at the next level and will be a treat to add on any NHL team. Make sure to let me know down in the comments what you think of Savoie's game, who who you would compare him to, and what team you think may end up getting him. Please consider hitting like and subscribing to the channel if you enjoyed, and we will see you in the next one.